Alright, Lemon Break TCG. We're here with another deck profile of something that I have done before. When it first came out back in, I think, BT13. Way long time ago. I made the deck and I got first with it locally, and then I kind of just like casted it to the side afterwards because I felt like, okay, well, I got first with the deck. Kind of let's move on to something else. Let's play something different. I felt like I guess I kind of did all I could do with the deck. I had played it like 3 times. The first time I played it, I got second. The second time I played it in the tournament, I got second again. I believe this was about a year and a half ago, so forgive me if I forgot. Whenever BT13 stuff came out, probably longer than that. I want to say the first time I brought it to a tournament, I got second or third. The second time I got second, and then the final time, the third time, I got first place. So I was like, okay, and then I put the deck profile on the channel. Check it if you want to check it out. It's old, outdated. This is the new one. So let me just dive into it real quick. We do play 4 of the new Koromon. It is interchangeable though. You can play, which we play it as a 5th egg. You could play 4 of this Koromon and 1 of the yellow one. You just really need a Koromon in name mostly, and these are kind of the best ones as of now. The yellow one says, during our turn, when any of our yellow or red tamers suspend, we draw a card. And then, of course, the red one, it's been out a while, BT14. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw 1 card. So we want to draw, again, this kind of is interchangeable. You can run 4 of the red, this one, and then 1 of the yellow one. It's fine. I'm running Koromon more because this spews out a lot of Marcuses. Granted, we're only playing like 9 Marcuses, maybe 9 or 10 Marcuses. We'll see soon. But since you can recur them so much, because our rises, when our Marcuses are deleted, they can go back to the top of the security stack, kind of like a recover. And then, as they're checked, if they're not trashed, if they're regularly checked through the security, they get to play back, from all that stuff. So we do a lot of suspending our tamers. So I feel like this draw is a little bit more prominent than this draw, but you really could interchange them. It's fine. You can run 4 of this one or 1 of this. It's fine. I just run 4 of the new one and 1 of the old. Next, our most important Agumon is the BT12 one. Is the on play. It does digivolve with a Koromon. That's why Koromon's important. Usually it would cost 1, but it's free on a Koromon, so that's why we want our Koromon. This is Searcher. So on play, reveal the top 4. Add a Digimon card with Greymon in its name and 1 Marcus among them. Place them at the bottom of your deck. So it adds any Greymon with name. It adds your Rise Gray, your Shine Gray, your regular, your Geo Grays and all that good stuff, your Greymon. And then it grabs all of our Marcuses. And then on the Inherit, when one of your yellow or red tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon become -2. So it helps us delete lower stuff. That might be floodgating us as far as gaining memory. It helps us lower bigger dudes to kind of bump over them if we need to. Just kind of helps us control the field just a little bit, slightly weakening them to be a more manageable target. Next, we run 3 of the BT13 Agumon. This one's important because as an active main, you can take 1 of your Marcuses and make them become basically a 3K Digimon. That can't digivolve, but it lets you bring your Marcus up for free instead of having to pay, because one of the Marcuses you have to pay 1 to bring it up, but this is fine. This makes it free, and then when our tamer becomes suspended as an inheritable, when our red or yellow tamer becomes suspended, you may delete a Digimon with 3K or less DP. So, you know, a lot of times we can get, 5K, 6K, sometimes even 7Ks real low in that 3K or lower range to kind of delete them if we're wanting to get rid of lower stuff. We do have ways to get rid of the higher level stuff too, which we'll get to that in a moment. Next, we're running 3 of the EX4 Agumon. This is also kind of important as far as memory gain. The start of main, if we have a red or yellow tamer, we gain a memory. So this kind of helps us gain more memory to use during our turn. And then when one of our red or yellow tamers are suspended, we draw a card. So same inheritable as the Koromon. Helping us draw 2 if we have quite kind of a stack on top of it, and we're suspending a Marcus, we'll draw 2. And then our last Agumon is the new Agumon, and I've kind of been messing around with the numbers with this. I feel 2 is fine. It's a good card, but it's very what's it called? Situational. Let's put it this way. So during our turn, while your opponent has a level 6 or higher, or we have 3 or more hero tamers with different names, that won't happen. All of our dudes, they're all Marcuses. So basically, it's while your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon. This Digimon may Digivolve into Shine Gray for a cost of 4, ignoring its Digi-Evolution requirements. So if we have this out and they have a level 6 or higher, we go right into our Shine Gray on top of this dude for 4, not worrying about going up a stack. I have thought about running 3 of this. I don't know what I would take. I feel like the 4 so we have to have the 4 for search. You could drop one of these or one of these down for a 3rd if you want, but I feel like 2 is fine. Like I said, it's very situational that they would have a level 6 or higher. If we need to use it. And then as an inheritable, you gain 2K. So we are running all Agumons as a rookie. It just makes things easier. Search our Agumon, search, they all do stuff for the deck that we need to do. So, and they help us later as well for a little cheeky idea that I had, which was really just a budget version of something that I don't have. So next we have 3 Geograys of the BT12 variety. And he simply says, if you don't have a Marcus, you play a Marcus on Digivolve. We want to see this as soon as we can early game. After we have a Marcus in play, it's kind of a dead card, kind of. So I don't want to play 4 of it, but I feel like 2 isn't enough. You want to see it quickly in your early games, so you can get your Marcuses out as quick as possible. And then, of course, it has the ability, when one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, it gets one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2K. Our next Geogray choice is, again, just kind of helping out our memory gain. Start of your main, if you have a red or yellow tamer, gain a memory. And then as when one of your tamers, red or yellow tamers suspend, you draw a card. So again, kind of helping our draw factor. And then next we have 3 of the new BT21 Geogray that says, when any of your Marcuses are played, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Rise Gray, into a yellow Digimon with Rise Gray, and its name in the hand without paying its cost. So that helps you get to your, your Rise Grays for free because you don't pay the cost whenever you play a Marcus. So a lot of times, sometimes we'll have, let's say we'll have this out from a previous turn. We don't have a Marcus, we Digivolve. into this one on our Agumon. We'll play a Marcus for free, and then on the play of Marcus, we'll get to Digivolve this one. Actually, is it specifically this one? When any of your Marcus is played, yeah, this Digimon may Digivolve. So, you know, we put this on our Agumon, Digivolve, we get a Marcus out for free. On the Marcus play, we get to evolve this into a Rise Gray for free. Just kind of getting maximum, what's it called? Profit, I don't know, maximum gains. And then, of course, last, it's at 1. We can only play it at 1, which is fine, you know, it's cool. Our one of, search your security stack. You may play a red or yellow tamer among them without paying costs. If you did, recover 1. When one of your yellow tamers or yellow or red tamers is suspended, delete a 3K or less. So, you know, kind of again, this helps us if we go, if this is on the field and we play this and we search our security stack, we play a Marcus, then it will be able to evolve onto this one for free. So, you know, just a lot of cool things we can do. Play Marcuses for free. We will sometimes, we have whiffed with this many times. Back when this was at 4, we whiffed with it a lot. So, you know, so just, you know, having it at 1, helps us get our Marcuses from security, helps us look at our security as well, which is always a nice thing to know, like nice little piece of knowledge to have as to as what you have in your security. Next, we're going to our level 5. We play 4 because this just 4 of the BT13 Rise Gray. It simply says when Digivolving, you may play a Marcus for free. So kind of like our Geo Gray. Fortunately, this one doesn't have the stipulation of if you don't have a Marcus, play a Marcus like our level 4 Geo Gray. This just simply says on Digivolving, play a Marcus from your end. And then all turns, as I was mentioning earlier, all turns when one of your red or yellow tamers is deleted, place a Marcus from your trash on top of a security stack face down. So it'll be right here. If they delete it as a tamer, goes to the trash. We play it. It is all turns. If we have it up and we swing as a Digimon and it dies in security, we'll play it. It'll go to the trash and we'll play it to the stack. And then its inheritable is the same thing. When one of your red or yellow tamers is deleted, place a Marcus from your trash on top of your security stack face down. So plays a Marcus for free, replays our Marcuses if he gets deleted. Cool card. Play 3 of the new BT21 Rise Gray. On play, when Digivolving, one of your Marcuses is also treated as a 3K Digimon. Can't Digivolve, gains Rush and Alliance, then one of your Digimon may attack. So a cool thing with this, which is one of the reasons I have it, is A, to have your Marcuses gain, Rush and Alliance, using the Alliance to suspend something else to give that Marcus the DP and security attack +1, doing more damage. And then as well, a game ender. If we have a Marcus that's down here, we play this for 7. The Marcus moves up, gains Rush and Alliance, and it may attack. So it's both it's Rush and basically Blitz at the same time. So we can literally, going from, I don't know if you see the memory, go from, okay, we swung out, they're at 0 security, we have 1 Marcus back here, play this for 7, move the Marcus up, it has Rush, and then one of your Digimon may attack. It is treated as a Digimon, it may attack because it has Rush, and we can just win off of that play. So that's another little neat thing that I have of why I have it. Specifically at 30, something just to kind of win games off of. It is kind of niche though, and again, kind of like situational. The when Digivolving on play though, the Alliance is really where you want to use earlier game, to make your Marcuses bigger, do more damage, hit harder. It does have the all turns inheritable and on the card. When one of your red or yellow tamers are deleted, you may place a Marcus from your trash to top security. So, you know, a lot of, like I said, a lot of recurring amount of Marcus, which we want. And then our last level 5, we do play one of the BT9 Rise Gray X Antibody. It says, when Digivolving, you may play a red or yellow tamer from your hand without paying its memory cost. Then if Rise Gray or X Antibodies in this DigimonTCG Evolution cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2 for each yellow or red tamer you have in play. So that kind of helps us get lower level stuff dealt with as well. You know, if we have 3 tamers, you know, we'll -6 something, and so on and so forth. So it kind of helps us deal with stuff, and it also gets 1k for every tamer we have in play, helping him get a little bit bigger for some swings. I thought about playing a 4th one of this. I've considered playing the older, where's it at? I have it on the side. There it is, yeah. I've considered playing that, you know, just kind of extra if you have a yellow or red tamer, gain a memory, and then if one of your tamers is deleted, play a Marcus from your trash top security. I thought about playing that, but I just like the idea of the X Antibody being able to play another tamer for free. So kind of being like another Rise Gray that could just play a Marcus for free. And then also kind of just deal with minusing something if we need. So it's another Marcus play, and it's potential removal. So that's really why I decided to play the Rise Gray X Antibody, just kind of at 1. You know, just if we do it, cool. If not, it's fine. It's, you know. So moving on to our level 6s, which this would probably be the spot that I would really want to change up. I just don't have them. So of course we played 2. I know why 2. This card is cracked. We only played 2 of this Shine Gray from BT12 because we only have 2. If I had 4, I would definitely. I already know what I would take out for it. I would love to have 4 of this, but it's still kind of a pricey card right now. So we just only played 2. When Digivolving, for each of your red or yellow tamers you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security get -3 for the turn. So similar to the Rise Gray, but instead of -2, it's -3, and it hits the security as well. And then all of your Marcus in play gain 3k and security attack +1. So it makes your Marcuses a little bit stronger while making their security a lot weaker, and then gives your Marcus a security attack +1 to really hit hard. The other ones I play is 2 of the BT13 one. This is what I would swap out for 2 more of this. I like this card, but I like this card a lot more. So start of main, when Digivolving, one of your Marcuses become a 3k Digimon, can't Digivolving game blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So it helps us get a little defense, helps us turn our Marcuses into blockers, and then all turns when one of our red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon get -6k. So if we block with the Marcus, we can make the attacker -6k, we can make something else -6k, and you know, just kind of help us out there. I like this card, but I like this card a lot better for what the deck's trying to do. You could also play 3 of this, so 3 of this and 1 of this, or you can mess with the numbers however you want, but I would love to play 3 or 4 of this because it just helps the deck so much. But this is what we got to work with. This is what we have. So we played 2 and 2 of the BT13, and then I really like this card as well. We played 2 of the new one. This would probably still stay in the deck at 2. Like I said, if there would be a change, it would be You know, turning this and this into this, and then keeping these two, or doing 3, 1, and 2. But this would still remain the same in the deck. I really like this card. So let's kind of get to the details of it. What it does: it has Raid, which helps us swing into big things if we need. When Digivolving and when attacking, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 9k or less DP. So again, some helping us a little bit of removal. And then also when attacking, by suspending one of your red and yellow tamers, this Digimon gets secure attack +1 and 3k. This goes in tandem with the new Marcus, which I'll explain shortly, helping us gain piercing and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So this would really also the raid and the 9k deletion helps with removal, as well as the security attack +1 is really cool. So it's also helping us kind of get bigger and do damage, which is why this would still stay at 2, and the change would be, you know, here, if I had 2 more of these. But those are it for the level 6s. On to the level 7s. Play 2 burst modes. This would be again at 3, but I thought I had a 3rd copy too, but I must have traded it away or whatever. You could play, you know, 3 if you wanted to. I feel 2's fine. Play a Marcus from your hand without paying its costs, and then the tamer played by this effect is treated as a 12k Digimon, can't Digivolve, and gains Rush. When one of your tamers becomes suspended, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So as the Burst Digimon, as you should know by now, Burst is not a new mechanic. You would, from on Shinegreymon, by returning a Marcus to hand, you may Digivolve for free. If you do this, it's trashed at the end of the turn. So, you know, really cool card, really helps with the pow aspect of the deck. Our last level 7, and this is where it gets cheeky on my part, but again, it's kind of just a budget version of, because I don't have the other thing I would run. It could be a 3rd of one of this. It could be the yellow Shine Gray Ace, the Shine Gray Burst Mode Ace, which is a really good card, which I do have, but my fiance is borrowing it. So it could be that too. But since we run all Agumons as our rookies, our last level 7 is an Agumon Bonder Break. So, while you have 2 or fewer security, I could Digivolve on top of an Agumon for 3. It's got Blast Digivolve. I could Digivolve on a Shine Gray for the Ace, or I could Digivolve on a Agumon as an Ace, as long as I have 2 or fewer security. Delete up to this Digimon's DP's totals worth of your opponent's Digimon, and then while you have a tamer, trash your opponent's top security card. We have tamers. We play a bunch of Marcuses. Typically, we'll have a tamer when we swing to trash top security. The on play for 8 or Digivolving, delete this Digimon's total DP's worth of Digimon if we need to. You know, like it's removal, it's control, and all of our rookies are Agumons. So you know, why not? This could be a glorious Gallantmon Crimson mode. It could be another Shine Gray Burst. It could be a Shine Ace. It could be whatever you want it to be. But I have Agumon Bonder, just to be cheeky. Moving on to our non-Digimon. Marcuses. 4 of the most important Marcus in my eyes. So, cost 4, start of main if you have a Digimon with Agumon or Gray. By paying 1 memory for the turn, this is also treated as a Digimon with 3k, can't Digivolve. When it becomes suspended, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a yellow card with Greymon in its name without paying the cost. Free Evos, guys, free Evos. When we swing with this, or suspended it in any way, if we suspend it you know, from a card effect back here, when it becomes suspended, specifically during our turn, we evo into a Greymon and name for free, you know, but what's not to like about that? Our next one is the new Marcus. So when your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory at the start of your on play, one of your Marcus Daemons may suspend. It does not have to be this one. Typically you could, but just on play, one of your Marcuses suspend. So, and then when this Tamer suspends, one of your Digimon gains piercing and 3k for the turn, and then one of your opponent's Digimon get -3 for the turn. So where this works in tandem with that raid that I was telling you guys about is, which is the reason why we would run this regardless, is because let's say we have this Tamer on the field. It's our turn. We swing with raid into an opponent's Digimon, their highest DP. You know how raid works. We swing with raid into their highest DP. It says when attacking by suspending one of your yellow or red Tamers, we get security attack +1 and 3k for the turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to suspend this. So on attacking, we're suspending this. When we suspend this, we're going to get 3k, so we're going to become 15 security attack +1. And then by suspending this, we're going to get another 3k, so we're 18k. And we're going to -3 something. So let's say we're going to -3 the thing we're raiding into. So we're going to -3 them. We're +6 with security attack +1 and piercing. So not only are we removing their card, we're removing their card with 18 DP. We -3 them, and we're doing a damage and 2 checks at 18, which is big. You know, that's really the play right here. That's why this card's so cool with this. But I also feel like 2's enough. You know, like I said, we recur our Marcuses a lot. When they get deleted, we play them back. So it's really not that big of a deal. This is our more important Marcus. This one is cool for the memory gain. It's also, you know, your opponent has a Digimon gain a memory, but it's also cool for the tandem of the raid Shinegreymon. And then our last Marcus, we have 3 of our 5 cost one. So it's our start of turn set to 3. It's our set to 3 Tamer. On play, you may suspend this Tamer, and then all turns, when this Tamer becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon get -3k. Then if you have an Agumon or a Greymon in its name, gain 1 memory. So cool thing, you know, like I said, if we have this on the field and we play this, you know, even if it's played from security or we play it from hand, it says one of your Marcus Daemons can suspend. So let's say we play this for 4. We suspend this Marcus, -3 something, and we have an Agumon or a Grey, so we'll gain a memory. You know, it's cool. Or if they, you know, if we have this right here and they check this as security, it's played. One of your Marcuses may suspend. We're going to suspend this one. All turns, we're going to -3k something. And then if we have Agumon or a Greymon in name, we're going to gain a memory. You know, and sometimes that could pass turn. You know, if they're at 0 and, you know, they check this. Okay, I'm going to suspend this Marcus. We're going to pass to 1. And now it's my turn. You know, and then we're going to go to 3. We're going to gain 1. You know, so we're going to be at 4. And we're just going to, you know, continue our turn and, you know, pop off. So it's cool. It's a cool thing, you know, gaining a memory when we become suspended. And then, of course, you know, if we make him a Digimon, you know, when he becomes suspended, we're going to -3k something. We're going to gain our memory. So, you know, just cool stuff. Sets 3, -3 something, gains us a memory, you know, and that's all of our Marcuses. I probably would make room for a 3rd one of this. the last cards I have are literally just cheeky cards. You can swap them out with anything you want. You could choose to not play them. You could play offense trainings. You could play the yellow trainings. You could play red memory boost. You could play scrambles. You could play more tame Marcuses. You could play more Rise Grays. You could play whatever you want. These cards right here are literally just, I'm going to smile while I'm playing and have a good time. This is literally just my preference, something that I like to do, something that I think is cool. The Champion Ultimate Fighter. So, for the turn, one of your Marcus Daemons is treated as a 12k Digimon, can't Digivolve, and gains a rush. Then that Digimon may attack your opponent's Digimon. Your opponent's unsuspended Digimon can also be attacked with this effect. So we could literally turn our Marcus. So let's say our Marcus, we play this, even if it passes turn, let's say we pass turn with this. So it's treated as a 12k Digimon, gains rush, and then it may attack an opponent's Digimon, and it may attack an opponent's unsuspended Digimon as well. So it basically gains raid. Not even raid. We can choose who we attack into. Raid, it has to be the highest DP. This, we can attack anything, any one of their Digimon. But it has to be a Digimon. We can't just say, oh, swing, it's got a rush, game. It says I can attack. It says you have to attack an opponent's Digimon. So, especially with this one, let's say we give it rush, we attack their Digimon. It's a 12k Digimon. We -3 them. So this could, get over something with 14k ultimately. And just kind of deal with that, all for the cost of 4. So it's like a removal card, similar like a Gaia Force or something that, minuses DP or something. And it only costs 4. As long as we have a Marcus in play, we could literally just get over one of their Digimon. Or even, thinking about it now, if we have this one instead of our 5-cost one, we'll give it rush. It becomes 12k. We'll swing. Even if we pass turn, it's still our turn. So when this suspends, we'll get the Digivolve into something for free. All the while swinging at a opponent's unsuspended Digimon, clearing, problem cards out of our way. So again, literally this is just a cheeky card that I wanted to play. It's only at 1 because it's a haha, that's really it. And then security, you play a Marcus from hand or trash, that's and add it to and then add this to your hand. So again, it plays a Marcus for free from hand or trash, and then you add it to your hand to, just move your Marcus and do some damage with them. And then lastly, we run 1 Sunrise Buster. You may play a level red or yellow tamer from your hand without paying its cost, then one of your opponent's Digimon get -3 for the turn for each red and yellow tamer you have in play. So, even just having, let's say we have 2. Or let's say we have 2 and we play our 3rd. So let's say we pay 5 for this, we play this. So on the play, we're gonna have them. This will resolve. We're gonna have them minus, 3, 6, 9. So we're gonna minus them 9k, and then when this is played, we suspend it, dealing another minus 3k. So we're going to be doing minus 12k with just having, 3 Marcuses on the board. If this is one of your Marcuses, or if this is the one that you're playing. So again, it's removal. It plays a Marcus for free, and then security to activate this main. It plays a Marcus for free from hand. and then you get to, minus something when you play the Marcos. So that's the deck profile. It's super fun. I've played it a lot, testing, but I haven't brought it back to locals yet. I'm gonna probably do that this weekend. But a lot of fun. It's a lot of moving parts, but the more you practice with it, the more you understand what does what and the timing of it, and when your stuff procs, when your stuff gets suspended, what effects happen when, and it starts to really develop in your mind what the deck is doing, and it almost becomes second nature. So this deck is super fun. I love playing it back then. I hate going against it, but I love playing it. It's one of those things. It's like security control. Like, I love playing security control. It's not even good anymore. I love playing security control, but God, don't you just hate playing against it? It's such an aggravating deck to play against. But it's one of those things. I love playing it, but I don't like going against it. But it's just such a fun deck. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this deck profile. I got more coming. I want to bring more gameplay videos back to the channel as well. But from the time that I had stopped making videos in the past till now, we got a lot of not newer people that showed up. Well, some new, yes, and they may not be okay with being on camera. So I don't, I gotta kind of see, who's okay with what, and then we have a lot of new players as well. I don't want to put them on camera and have them mess up and, get, the comment section or whatever, just go crazy on them or whatever. So, it's, I want to bring more gameplay, but there's a couple of things I gotta situate first. See who's okay with being on camera, and stuff like that. But until then, deck profiles, I'm always... Deck building is one of my favorite things in any game. From Pokemon, to old Dragon Ball Super, to Digimon, to Union Arena, which I'll bring you guys some... a deck profile of that soon as well. Back in One Piece, when I played One Piece, which I might play again, I don't know yet. Magic the Gathering, every game, every card game that I play, deck building and building a deck, or getting an idea and building around that idea and making it work, I've always loved. It's always been my biggest love. That's probably why the channel is 99% deck profiles. I just love deck building, and I love taking ideas and, like wonky stuff and making it work, or taking meta decks and tweaking them into something that's, fun, but not necessarily, neck decking the best list you see from a regionals list or something. It maybe does its own thing or something like that. But anyway, like, deck profiles are like the most fun that I have in any card game. Just building decks, tweaky stuff like I said, like this, like that and that. Like, most people probably won't play these cards in this deck, but I got them at one of those just to kind of be cheeky and mess around and stuff, like the Gallantmon as well. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Deck profiles, gameplay, maybe some discussions. A lot of stuff coming. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys stick around. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Until next time, till the break, I'm out.